period at least, maybe tiny. No, I pray it's gonna be all fine. That was just right in time. Hi guys, my name is Anna. I hope you know that, but if you don't, I have my Telegram channel, which is completely free, and we trade together right there on binary options. I have 12 signals a day in my Telegram channel, so just proceed, check it out, and let's go. Hey guys, here's me, Anna. I am right there at my favorite spot to be. That's my favorite thing to do. We're going to be trading today. I just prepared another nice strategy just to be tested and to be tested. Let's go. Okay, that says gotta be starting. I am a little bit freezing today, so just gotta be in this warm clothes. I feel like when I'm skiing or something like that, because this is my actual uniform for that, for some sport events. But I don't know, I'm just freezing. While giving you all this weather condition right there at my place, we're gonna be starting with all these setups just as you know it, and also Oscillator rate of change super trends gonna be the companions for today's trading. I think it's gonna be interesting because the indicator is kind of different, and based on the different patterns, we're gonna be using 15 seconds, which is not that bad. 10 seconds is way worse by prognosing. I don't know, that's my opinion, I think. And currency pair is going to be the biggest payout, which is actually even 90%. Wow, that's a lot. That's not going to make, I don't know, maybe like kind of big change compared to the usual and standard 87, but anyway, that's going to be working for us today. So this is just the chart, how it's going to be looking. You can see that the super trend, just as always, being absent, being somewhere else, but not on the chart, but we are just fine for that. We can see the direction already. So let's start it. Look at that. That's going to be the first bet that we're going to make. Out of these awesome oscillator candles, we're gonna get downward. I gotta tell you that you need to compare and candles and chart, and you can see that actually we've been seeing kind of different candles on the chart, but just the same candles with the awesome oscillator. I think this is kind of stage or the plateau, or as you wanted to call the situation, where actually we had the massive trend before and could see that, and super trend now kind of useful because you can see the point when it's actually started to get from this maybe slowly but rising to the massive falling, I think. And out of all these signs, plus the rate of change, I cannot tell you that at the moment when I've been entering, that was kind of perfect sign that we're going to get downward. But I think we kind of safe with this period at least, maybe tiny. No. That was just right in time. I couldn't imagine the better time just to finish that, because we went so upward and so unexpectedly. I think right there, it's kind of the same. That's kind of the same signals, but I'm gonna make my bet for the upward trend. I don't know, that's a little bit complicated because you can see that the awesome oscillator candles, that the rate of change and the super trend giving us the same signals, but we are just improving what we had before, first of all. But second, I think, and even better right there, the signs that we're going to get downward even stronger, because the awesome oscillator candles started to get below zero, and that's like 100% sign, but we made it for the opposite trend. I think just what's been on my mind. First of all, previous situation, and that just gave me that could be tricky, and maybe that combination right there on that chart could actually be a little bit, I don't know, like with a double meaning. And then there was we can see that was the peak, then there was the sliding, and the fact that the awesome oscillator candles went downward and below zero actually could give us a little bit like we may finish that tendency. And Third one, and I think the most important, by the end of that trade, we have these patterns, and I just expected that it's going to be again the upward pattern and then downward. You can see it. So this is us. Seems like rising, so we're going to raise the bat, and I think we're going to get it upward. And the only question right there, if you're going to be thinking, I don't know, in this pattern thinking, so we just not already in the beginning, but somewhere in the middle of the upward trend, and we're going to be expecting this downward falling. And a minute actually could be way enough to get upward and then to get downward. But what I actually see right there, awesome oscillator candles, I don't know. This strategy actually is not perfectly enough because you need this huge part when you are making decisions is going to be the guessing. It's going to be the reading your own mind, not the signals, not the chart, but reading your own mind and be, just like there. I hope, I pray it's going to be all fine. Because if you're going to be comparing all these awesome oscillator candles, the green candles that have been before at these tiny, tiny periods of rising, that's actually the same image. And none of the signals, none of the that's it. None of it just gave us the info that it's going to be the long one, because before we could make it just the downward path. It's going to be okay if out of that situation your expectation is going to be that's going to be the downward one. That's just fine. That's normal. But sometimes getting the profit, it's outstanding, and that's the complication of it. Let's just get us continuing, and already just in the middle of that process. I told you what I think about that strategy. It's kind of nice one. I mean, it's interesting to follow. It's nice to use, and sometimes this risky moment, like making it a little bit more spicy than just to be in the safe position. But anyway, not enough signals of what's going on, what's going to be in the next, maybe not 1 minute, but just a few minutes, because some indicators like, I don't know, ADX, maybe MACD, stochastic oscillator, they give us a little bit bigger picture. And sometimes they're wrong, and sometimes they do predict the long trends, but that trends appear to be shorter, appear to be kind of like 30 seconds, 15 seconds, and then like, changing and dumping. But out of this strategy, you cannot even have a hint what's going to be in a few minutes. And that's the big disadvantage of it. And right there, that was kind of obvious without any actual strategy that we had this hill and we're going to get back. Maybe slowly, because all this rising, especially in the end of it, been actually slowly rising. But you can see, and it seems like at some moments we even ended this downward tendency, but actually we just on it. And right there, also without any heavy analyzing strategies, you can see that we're going to get upward because we are rising. And right there, that's perfect. I mean, in this safe situation where actually we can see the exact beginning of the exact trend, that strategy is working just fine. Rate of change showing us we're going to be rising, and it's a little bit in the highest part, but it is on the highest part just because we've been actually kind of downward. Awesome oscillator candles turned to be green and started to get a little bit, but anyway, it seems like it started to get above zero level, which is like the ground level. What about the super trend? As far as I see, just from there, not even changing it, we are on the downward trend because I think we get it kind of downward. We're getting the whole trend, the whole chart that we just do have right there. But it is not helping us. It is not helping us. So the changes that we have are kind of small regarding the whole chart position. So super trend is, that's it. Super trend is just useless. That's just done. We got our profits. We got our complications. We got our advantages and disadvantages. So maybe I would recommend to change super trend with something more, I don't know, trustable. And I don't recommend, of course, just that indicator to be right there on the chart, because when you have, this different signals, we don't have the mass on the chart, that's the nice one. Even 3 indicators below zero, below zero. Below this chart is going to be a little bit heavy to see, to read, and to understand. So try it, fix it, improve it. I don't know. And I hope it's going to be profitable for you too. That's it.